Any human will have power beyond anything we've ever known. If need be, our food will be light and sound. We'll be able to levitate. We'll live for up to 5,000 years. And we'll be telepathic. When this kicks in, it will be quick. The time is near. It's time for you to join the stars. It's time for the bad to leave and the good in humanity to come out. It's time to rise.
Hey guys, Prometheus Gauntlet here. This is day 3 of my survival practice. I only put like an hour and a half or maybe almost 2 hours into this project, and this is what I've accomplished. I'll turn the camera around and show you. I shaved off a bunch of stuff from here and took out some of these knots a little bit. These knots are just annoying. But the baseboard seems to be coming around. I put a big hole there, nice and flat, so this can fit in. I'm hoping it doesn't slip, but I may have to just continue fooling with it to try to get it to marry properly. I fixed the tip on this thing, and I put a hole in the handle, the other where you hold it. Looks like it won't slip. Looks deep enough. And that's what I managed to accomplish. And put it back. I can't complain, you know. Of course, I use the rock to sharpen. You really can use a rock. So far, the knife has maintained some sharpness to it, just with a rock. You know, I never thought that would be valid, but it seems to be working fine. This wood that I selected is not soft wood at all. It's very hard and it's very heavy. So it's going to take a lot of work for me to try to get this working, I think. But see, part of this exercise or this series is to practice with local materials. I'm at Oshabno, I can never say the name, at the local park. And it's a real small park, and there's mostly mesquite trees here, and these other trees I haven't identified what we make leña out of, or firewood for, you know, carne asadas and stuff. And there's a lot of brush and things like that, but I did find some, I think this is poplar. It may be poplar. It's straight enough to look like poplar, even though there's a lot of knots in it. But either way, the only thing I forgot to do was cut a branch for the bow itself, and I think I'll do that tomorrow or whenever I get a chance to come back here. And right now I'm going to take off, maybe go see a dollar movie because I'm bored and tired. Well, I'll tell you, just doing this little bit of woodcraft here, this little bit of bushcraft, I'm sorry, is tiring. Just to get all this right. So I can imagine the pride of the workmen from the old days when people used to do this stuff for a living. You know, rough business, man. But the good thing is, since it's hardwood, that means that these tips and things, you see all these little rings in here, it's denser material. So it's not going to like break or melt away very easily. It'll probably squeak a lot, but that's it. And so far, that's it. You know, I'm just here. Oh boy, I'm tired. Well, let me go see what's playing and relax for a while. Oh, for the bow, I'm going to be using this line. Called Bank Line, also recommended by Dave Canterbury. And let's see, I saved the label. It's number 42 tarred nylon twine, 1 pound. Number 42. This is what it looks like. It's like nylon with tar on it. I wouldn't use this for sewing, but I have a smaller bank line. You can take the bank line apart, like you were saying, and use it for sewing canvas and things like that, which is pretty cool. I never knew that before. I'm glad I got a number 42 roll. This is a thicker roll, and I got a thin roll. I forgot what number that is. And this is going to be critical if I ever wind up in a survival situation. I hope not. But you never know around this place. You know, this country could turn into a war zone, or nothing could happen. Everybody could be right as rain or absolutely wrong. You know, when they gave me excuses about how they can't look into the future anymore, and how the timelines are all messed up and converging and changing from moment to moment, that tells me that it's being done piecemeal, one day at a time. There's no long-term plans anymore. But anyway, we'll see what happens. And remember, no matter what you do, you have your skills, you have whatever materials on hand to work with, and the determination, the drive to live, to survive, and to accomplish whatever the hell you want to do. And hopefully you'll do it peaceably and not like a marauder or anything like that. Well, until the next day, we'll continue this project, and let's see if we can get some fire going eventually. It's going to be nice to put together a little bird's nest and come up with an ember with this thing. As hard wood as it is, this is what I got available, so I got to try to use it and see if I can get this thing going. Yeah. All right, guys. See you later. I'm just tired. Hey, guys. Prometheus Gauntlet here. I'm going to be testing out a trail meal. Here's the brand. Backpacker's Pantry. It's supposed to be vegan. And it's Louisiana red beans and rice. 6 ounces. It says makes 2 13-ounce servings, which is probably way too much for me. But, you know, I'm testing it out. I never had it before. So we'll see what it turns out. I'll break out my little alcohol stove and we'll see what we could do. It's a beautiful day at the park. Sun's out. I hear it's going to be rainy the rest of the week, so I'm trying to come out here and get as much sun and air as I can. I'm also going to be continuing my little wood project, my bow drill project. I'll work on that as this thing is cooking and see what else I can do. I'm trying to turn this thing into a mallet so I can just have a mallet, but I think it may be too thin. We'll see. Either way, we'll just keep on going. Alright, just like we did at the house. Got some water in there. It should be 2.5 cups, I think. I'm guesstimating. And of course I got my little alcohol stove in there, working like a champ. And we'll heat up the water and then we'll throw it in the pouch. Well, she's hot and she's cooking, so that's ready. Just waiting on it to finish up. Take 13 minutes or so, supposedly. And I tried taking the bark off this piece of wood, and I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's full of holes, and a bunch of big ants came out of this piece of wood I had been carrying in the back of my car, thinking it would be a good mallet, and it was just full of ants all over the place. So, I don't know. I might just retire that piece of wood. Well, I cleaned off as much as I could from this, and I cut it even on one side with my Laplander. I still think I can use it as a mallet. It's just full of holes. It's just a heavy piece of wood, dead piece of wood. I think all the ants are out of it. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and test this out. Let me check out what this looks like. Hold on. Let's see. What does that look like to you? Let's see. Let's get some light in there. Let's see what that looks like. Ooh, it smells good too. That will destroy my intestines, I swear. Thankfully, I'm part Mexican, and that means I'm immune to orchids. So let me see what this tastes like since I've waited long enough before the bees get here. There's a bunch of bees around here. I've been buzzing to them, and they don't respond. They just ignore me. Now, this is trail food that you would eat on the trail. Yeah, it tastes like the future, all right. It really does taste like the future. It's spicy, but it's still, it tastes like food that's been rehydrated recently. Okay. You know, I'm not picky. I'll finish eating this, and I need a bow for my bow drill, and I don't have a piece of wood. I have to go scouting for a piece of wood because I didn't pick it last time, and it's a real pain in the butt because it's just I went over here and it's just a bunch of thorns and grass. I mean, it looks like shit. Anyway, I'll try that a little bit. Let me eat. Alright, I cleaned up the table for now. I'm just going for a walk here. I'm looking for a piece of wood that doesn't suck and trying to find that bow for the bow drill. That piece of wood that'll make the bow. I got my Laplander. And man, there's thorns everywhere. There's just rose thorns everywhere. At least I assume they're roses. I guess somebody was crazy enough to come plant roses in the middle of this little area, and that makes it difficult. But man, this looks like a fucking. This doesn't look like a park. It looks like a goddamn haunted forest or some shit. This is what happens when society is all about production, and they're not about helping the planet. They're not about laying a foundation so that children can appreciate the planet. They want to teach us a few skills, how to survive and whatnot, but nobody's actually responsible for any of this shit. All these trees, most of these trees are dead or dying. Jeez. Well, I'm going to turn the camera off and save some energy. Let's see if I can find... Hey guys, Protometheus Gauntlet here. I tried to find that, like a piece of poplar or something that would work, but I had to leave early, so I wasn't able to get the bow drill, the bow for the bow drill. But I'll come back. I got a piece in mind that I saw when I first went scouting, but I'll probably get back to it later. And the park's kind of full right now for some reason. It's the day after Martin Luther King Day, and the park's got a lot of people in it. Some people must have taken an extra day off or something in order to do that. So anyway, all right, see you later.